3, 2, and uno. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome into TexAgs Rewind presented by Yeti. I've got my TexAgs coffee in this Yeti cup. TexAgs coffee,
it's really good. It's really good.
He's Ethan Jones. He does a lot of stats.
I don't even like coffee, and the coffee's
Is
good.
that a Pate State hoodie?
It's a Pate State hoodie, you know?
So I feel like he's part of the family, which is totally okay, but it also feels to me that he's your favorite host and that I should just leave and let you do the show.
That's not what I'm saying.
I think it's what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
All right. Tell me, that's all right, Pate's great. Tell me some stats that we need to know for this LSU game.
Yeah, okay. So LSU has been great at preventing big plays on offense. They only allow 1.8 sacks per game and only 2.8 tackles for loss per game. But Texas A&M has been great at sacking and tackles for loss. 3.6 sacks per game, second in the nation, and 8.5 tackles for loss per game, first in the nation. Also, LSU has only lost 7 turnovers. A&M has only forced 11, so not great for us. But creating negative plays is pretty much the key to this game because in losses, LSU allows a much more negative plays than in wins. So for wins for LSU, they allow 4 tackles for loss and sacks combined. In losses, they allow 6. Turnovers, they've only allowed 3 in their 8 wins, but they've allowed 4 in their 3 losses. 1 per game, or 2 in the Florida State game and 1 the other 2 games. So really making big plays on defense will be a key for A&M to win this game.
Ethan, great stuff, my friend. Today on the program, we had the Go Hour. I showed up a little late. It's kind of Olin's fault, but you'll hear the Apex Performance of the Week. In that, Jamie McCoy joined this program to talk a little bit about how the offense is clicking. Matt Moscona, an LSU insider, gave us some thoughts on this game and a coaching search and how fit matters. And we kept it real with Jordan Pugh, as we always do on a Tuesday. Check it out. Here's the rewind. Should we start off with Moose Muhammad?
Moose.
The Moose is loose.
Moose call. Oh, that's my moose call. Oh, I actually got on Googled what does a moose call sound like, and it kind of sounded like that.
Like that? Oh, you sure that's never mind?
No,
Lou got me. So 4 catches, 104 yards, 1 touchdown, 49-yard reception, the acrobatics, the one-handed catch, the hurdle. He did it all.
The one-handed catch. Is it true? I didn't see ESPN, but somebody said that was the ESPN top play of the day.
I saw that. I didn't see it, but I saw that written somewhere, either on social or on our boards. But
I can't imagine a better play.
Luke, do you?
I can't imagine why he hadn't played more.
Sorry, I'm just cracking up. It's something on the YouTube chat. It's called OB Old B.
Guilty. I can't.
You're the Mr. Miyagi of the show. So if we can get you some
chopsticks, I can catch the fly.
Yeah. Does that make me Daniel LaRusso?
Yes, David's son.
Wax on, wax off, baby.
Yeah.
All right. So Moose Muhammad, obviously. Let's continue it on the football side of things. Ruben Owens' 100-yard game.
I want to see more of Ruben Owens.
I do too.
I remember. Was it Auburn? He had a little swing pass and it looked like it was going to be like a 2-yard loss or something. He just made a move and stepped through the tackle and turned it into like a 20-yard gain. Man, he's got some juice. I want to see more of that.
Yeah, I all season long I have felt like he's a step away from breaking this big one.
Yeah.
What I liked about this last performance, I mean, he did have a 28-yard run, but it was just consistently good. It wasn't just like one big run. It was like chunks at a time.
Runs with some power too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's definitely got this great vision. He can cut.
Mm-hmm.
He does it all. Let's give a big one to Henry Coleman. How about that? SEC
Henry
Player
Coleman's
of the Week.
playing out of his mind.
Do you have a favorite or two that you are most intrigued by?
I do. So, first off, I don't know much about the Jared Fish guy, but seeing what he's done at Arizona, knowing that someone went there, Rich Rod, and the people that have, the talent that they're going to get on that front, for him to turn it around the way that he has and have them in the top 20, I think speaks volumes, especially because what A&M has to offer, I think, is out of the world compared to Arizona. So that's number one with him. A lot of this is speculation. I don't know if I'm just hearing rumors or what, but I've heard whether Ryan Day or Lincoln Riley. I've heard different guys. DeBoer would be good. For me personally, the combination that I've heard that I think would work, I can't say I think will work best because who knows what will work best, but in an ideal world for me, it would be Elko getting the job just because I think he's stable, and I don't think the defense has looked. I love his exotic blitzes, his looks, his knowledge of the whole defense. So I love I love him leading the helm. And then I would like to see somebody like Cliff Kingsbury come back to A&M and be the offense coordinator, because I don't think the offenses look better than Johnny's redshirt year. And then that second year, I know we moved on, but when Cliff was under the helm, I think the offense looked great. So I love to see an Elko head coach with Cliff as the offense coordinator.
Dude, that sounds like a deadly combination in a good way. Like I'm intrigued. I'm more than intrigued. I would love that to be the case. Let's talk Max Wright for a minute. He played his last game at Kyle Field. I know that obviously you played the position. You pay special attention to tight ends. I feel like Max is beloved, sometimes forgotten at the same time. Do you kind of jibe with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Max is one of those guys that he's one of those guys that you love to have on the team, because you know that he's going to do anything that's needed.
I'll be and I agree, and I think everyone understands that Texas A&M is a unique place. Now, that word's often misused and overused. I mean, unique means one. Like, there's literally only one. There's no place that has the sort of the culture that Texas A&M has. So I do understand why there's a thought to saying, hey, let's hire somebody, like why Jeff Traylor makes sense being from Texas, why Elko makes sense because he's been there. But you're going to tell me if Nick Saban were willing to leave and we're going to A&M, like, he wouldn't win in College Station? Of course he would. I mean, there's great coaches that know how to win wherever they are. The bigger thing, and I'll tell you this from an LSU fan's perspective, David, and I think A&M fans will appreciate this, that the concern with A&M always is that if they ever do get it right, they're trouble. Because A&M has the resources. You have the facilities and the recruiting base, and you got the fan base and the support and everything you need to win. But they just never gotten it right with the head coaching hire. And David, that was LSU for a long time. And the state of Louisiana is chock full of talent. They're the only Power 5 in a talent-rich state. You got great support. But you went from Mike Archer to Curly Holman to Jerry DiNardo, and it was just, you just could never get it right until they hired Nick. And that was the magic unlock, and it set off a quarter century of what we've seen from LSU, where they've won 3 national titles and played for a 4th and all the stuff that you know. So I know that's always why people focus on A&M, because of the potential. That's why nobody's concerned about Arkansas or Ole Miss, because it doesn't matter even if they have a great coach. The best coach they ever had there, as soon as they do well, they're going to leave because there's a ceiling. That's always the thought with A&M, is if they ever figure it out and make the right hire, they're trouble.
Considering this defense is really good, but they haven't been very good against the pass.
I think that the defense is going to have its best showing. I think that the way that you neutralize what they do with LSU is you got to be able to have that front seven in that pass rush, and that's the one thing that we do have, right? So when you look at, I guess the best comp that you can use going into the LSU game is the Alabama defense. Similar in aspect when it comes to that front. Our front seven is very similar. I told you we have one of the best front sevens in the nation, one of the best linebackers in the nation, one of the best 4 across the board on that D line. So I think creating that pressure, but keeping him contained within that pocket is going to be crucial. Now, our DBs are going to have to play the game of their life. That's just going to be what it is. You know, we've been suspect all year. We've been very average, if not below average, at the DB position. And that's where things can get out of hand for us. But I think if we can create the pressure, create the chaos, keep him contained within the pocket, I think that, man, it's going to be a big surprise across the nation because of what we have on the offensive side of the football. I think that with Henderson being able to counteract what we can do defensively, keep plays and keep drives alive, I think that's the difference. And that will ultimately help us on defense.
What is it about rivalry games? And I don't know what level of tier you put LSU rivalry with A&M at, but whatever tier it's at, what is it about rivalry games that amazing things can happen? Regardless. Some people are like, maybe Auburn can beat Bama. What A&M has struggled at Baton Rouge for obvious reasons. Like, how do they? Like, what is it about rivalry games?
You don't care about the outcome. That's why they matter. So when you look at Alabama, Auburn, back in the day, A&M, Texas, Oklahoma, Texas, whatever, the outcome doesn't matter. What I mean by that is it's a me versus you. It's a big brother versus little brother kind of mentality. All I want to do is beat you at all costs. I want to inflict as much pain as possible as all costs. And I want to do it in such a way where it's so dominant that I could really care less about the scoreboard. You're going to feel me when we play. That's why those rivalry games are different. That's why they matter.
Well, I enjoy this great cup of TexAgs coffee. Tell the people what to do.
Get TexAgs coffee first off. Also like, subscribe, share, tell everyone you know. Follow David Nunez on Twitter instead of Josh Pate. I gotta.
No, there's no instead. He's family. He's friend.
Follow both, but I love David and Josh Pate the same. I gotta establish
Who's
that.
done more for your career?
Definitely David Nunez. So maybe I like David Nunez better.
But if he
I love
helped you,
Josh.
if he helped you, you'd be making lots of money.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
See you next time.